Nicky Adams, you know Nicky very well. You watched him come through the system.
Yeah, and you know Nicky. When I think of Nicky, I think of street football. I think about kids in the street playing football, loving the football. He enthuses me. I watch him every day. He's a player that when you're coaching him, he lives for football. He loves football. He's motivated by his family. He's got a young family. I know his family well, and you know he's one of the only players, or the only player that's brought his dad to come and do the deal with him. He had an agent, but his dad come and made sure his son was right, and I loved that. It was a special moment, and you know I think the chairman realised that we'd got a player who really wanted to come. He made an incredible contribution to want to come to us. He took a massive wage cut to come to us, to sign for a club of his choice, and you know people won't know behind the scenes what's gone on, why Nicky's come to us, but talk about a determination and desire to want to come and sign for Bury Football Club. You probably won't see anyone who's committed or sacrificed more to come in joining us this season than Nicky Adams. He's a fantastic lad, and you know he's fit, he's strong, he's powerful, and his assist record is as good as any player. I want goals from him. I've told him that, he knows that, and we've got a plan for Nicky Adams. But he's in his prime, he's in his pomp, and you know the kid makes me smile. When I think about football, I think about Nicky Adams, and we've got him 5 or 6 miles from his home. He can spend more time with his family. He's done every session in the summer. He's been through the summer and done all the sessions that we've asked him to do, and he's at the moment the fittest member of our squad.
It's a different lad to the Nicky Adams of 10 years ago. He's grown up.
You do. A young family does that to you. Life experience does that to you. I think the difficulty with Nicky, and I've tracked his career every second of it, that the moves he's had, you know, whether it's Leyton Orient, whether it's Brentford, whether it's Crawley, whether it's Rotherham. He's splitting his family, and that's tough. You know, I've been fortunate to play my career very locally, and it does make a difference when your family's close to you. His causes, his family, the family can come down and enjoy the experience of match days and coming, being part of it, which is important. And yeah, you're right. He is a different Nicky Adams. He's come back a long time after, and you can see now. But you know, we're not talking about a 30-year-old player. We're talking about someone who's in the prime fitness. He's intelligent, tactical knowledge and awareness is brilliant. You know, that naive kid who just wanted to play street football. That's a long time ago. This kid, I know, he's motivated by this challenge.
Yeah, both Lowy and Nicky. And both spoke about the love for the club, and that's a massive factor for themselves.
Well, that'll translate down to the other players, and I think if players don't share that love, they'll soon learn off them too, that how you can be embraced by a club and be motivated by a club, and they've had good times with this football club. And I think, you know, when you look at Gary Neville, and you look at Phil Neville, and you look at Giggs and Nicky Butt, and if they do leave Man United, they always stay Man United. He's still running through, he's still running deep through, because they've got so many memories there, and good memories. And I think that's what we've got with Lowy and Nicky. But you know, the two players, they'll connect with the public, they'll connect with the other players, and you know, I'm just looking forward to working with them this season as a coach stroke manager.
One we know very little about is Keil O'Brien. What was he going to bring?
Keil, he's great size. He's great. He's technically good with his feet, so he fits into me wanting a quarterback as a centre half, as opposed to a dog. You know, a dog of war. And he's got so much potential to tap into. I think with his age, it's the right time to tap into it. He had a very successful, season last season where there was a lot of pressure on Charlie to get promoted, and our guys got him over the line superbly after a massive challenge from FC United. So I watched him in the big games where it meant something, and Keil was calm and calculated. They beat Forest Green, they beat Tamworth, so they've competed at a very, very good level. I think he played 58 games last season in all the cup competitions. So, you know, the boy wants to get out there and play. I think full-time training is something that's really going to benefit him. And I look to the Craig Dawson situation where, you know, Keith and myself plucked him from Radcliffe, and his career's just gone, you know, to a different level than we ever imagined when we first got him. So we've seen that the way that, you know, Craig developed and was developed by a good staff, and a dedicated staff, and we've got to offer that dedication to Keele. So it's probably two sides of the spectrum, like you say, you know, but I get excited by a project like Keele because, you know, you've got him in full-time training, you can work at the things that need working on. We've got a map, we've got a road map for Keele, and a football map that we can work with him with. We know where he's got to get to. I know where I need to get him to, and it'll take a while, but he's got the composition, he's got the size, and you know, working with him and giving us time to work with him will give us a good opportunity to see what he's got. But there's a lot of work, and I do believe with the staff that we're trying to assemble here, that, you know, if everyone spends 20% of their time with him, we'll get Keele to a good place. And, you know, I think it's a gamble. It's not cost any money, and it's certainly worth taking on board. And I'm excited by that challenge, as I am to working with Nicky Adams, because I think a player like Keele, he'll be hungry. You know, he's had one opportunity at Man United and that's not worked for him. So he's had that taste of rejection. He's then picked himself off the floor and gone to non-league and grafted. And now it's a case, can we graft for him and can we make him that player? One thing he's going to need to want to get better and have a willingness to get better. He can't shirk any sessions, and I don't think he will. So it's an exciting one, it really is, because there's a player in there. It's just how much work we can get into him over the next 12 months.
Keeper, important position. Schwangelo, massive experience.
Superb experience, and when you look at his career, he's played in front of some you know, top keepers, you know. But I think the education that he's had with Eddie Howe, who you know, I love Eddie's work and what he did at Bournemouth previous, getting him promoted, then what he did at Burnley, the players that he recruited and the way he plays, and then what he's done back at Bournemouth. So, you know, he's been around, he's felt that, he's been around that environment. He knows what possession's about, he knows what how it's important that we switch it from left to right quick and right to left, and we switch teams about. So Schwann's versed in it very well. His attributes on the floor are as good as any keeper, or, you know, in the leagues. He's immaculate, his work's immaculate, but it's the mindset to him, he gets it. He's ready now to become and challenge, to be a number one and challenge for promotion. So, you know, he wanted to move his family from Bournemouth, he wanted to make the move permanent, he liked Manchester, so it become a signing that I couldn't refuse, because he's someone I've had a lot of time to watch and see what he does, and he's ready now to have a good campaign.